It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, Jesus the Rabbi versus Jesus the Savior. I broke with evangelicalism in the early 90s because I rejected the notion that two close friends of mine who happened to be gay were going to hell. Just couldn't accept it. No good God would do that. From there, it was easy to conclude that there could be no such thing as hell, because why would a God of love, an omnibenevolent God, ever create such a place? After all, we know so much now about the nature of evil. We know about mental illness. We know about childhood abuse, lead poisoning, and violent behavior, and on and on. Sure, free will is in the mix, but sin is way more problematic in terms of personal choice than what we've understood for centuries. So, black and white, heaven and hell, God and Satan, good and evil, all these bipolar cosmic constructions just don't neatly fit reality. Maybe people deserve to be punished in the great hereafter for their evil. I don't know, but I'm certain that people shouldn't be punished for eternity, and I'm certain that it shouldn't be in hellfire. As British philosopher Bertrand Russell once observed, eternal punishment is inhumane. That is, God, if he exists, wouldn't do it. And that's another thing, this re-examination of what I had been taught about the nature of the universe. I think the kids online are calling it deconstruction nowadays. Ultimately, this led me to become an agnostic. People telling me that I'm going to hell unless I bend the knee just didn't stand as a coherent argument anymore, and I found myself at that point lacking any compelling evidence for God's existence. I mean, maybe God exists, but he's definitely not fundamentalist Yahweh, the torturer, the genocidal monster, literally, not metaphor, and no other version of God is doing much about revealing himself to me. So, agnosticism. But the whole point here is that Jesus the Savior is a non-starter with me. There is no hell. Therefore, I do not need to be saved. This always makes Easter a little weird for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Easter just generally as a cool holiday tradition. It's just the conceptual overhang of death and torture. Actually, I understand that a lot of mainline Protestants have theologically determined that hell is indeed a metaphor, but I'm still a bit disturbed, I think, by my evangelical background. That hell is a real and horrible place is always with me on Easter. And it's such a drag, too, because this evangelical literal understanding of Easter reduces Jesus in many ways to not much more than a get out of hell free card. I have seen with my own eyes how their extreme emphasis on Jesus the Savior has virtually erased, rendered into meaningless lip service, Jesus the Rabbi, who taught the world to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. Maybe that's all I need to do for Easter. Think about the Rabbi and what he taught instead of the hell from which he is supposed to save us. Maybe that'll make me feel like less of an Easter Grinch. I'm Ron Reader, and this has been Ron Reader Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reader, again next week for another episode of Ron Reader digs the universe. Hi, I'm the Easter Grinch. Longtime viewers of this show might recognize me as Ron's sometimes alter ego, who is the guy that is willing to say the stuff that needs to be said about Easter that Ron, out of respect and love for the evangelicals he has known through his life, out of respect for them, Ron just he won't say it. I do. But geez, as of this episode, Ron is just saying it. He's trashing salvation. He's telling you that hell doesn't exist. He's telling you that Yahweh is a genocidal monster, and on and on and on. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's pissed off about the ongoing evangelical support, 80% for Trump in all three elections. Maybe the fascism's got him just really pissed off now. But that leads to a more important question. What room is there in this world, the world of Ron Reader Digs the Universe, for an Easter Grinch if Ron's just gonna tell it like it is? Who am I kidding? There's room for me. Happy Easter. I'll be back next year trashing Easter.